What if the parts of you that you are most afraid to show are the very parts that could set you free? Many people live their lives running from their true self, always trying to be acceptable, hiding the part of them they feel others wouldn't approve. Over time, they build an identity that fits the world's expectations. Yet beneath this polished surface lives another self, raw, honest, intense, and often feared. This inner conflict is not a flaw, it is an invitation. An invitation to stop running from yourself and to become who you are meant to be. To become who you are afraid to be is not about being rebellious. It is about truth, integrity, and courage to live without betraying your own soul. Before we continue, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. Key aspects of becoming who you are afraid to be. Number 1. Integrating the shadow. Every human being has a shadow. In psychology, according to Carl Gustav Jung, the shadow represents the parts of ourselves that we reject, deny, or hide because they feel unacceptable. These parts may include anger, ambition, sensitivity, desire, jealousy, assertiveness, creativity, or even confidence. They are not bad. They are simply traits that did not fit the image we needed to survive. As individuals, we learn to seek approval and run from anything that threatens it. If being quiet brought praise, we learn to silence ourselves. If being strong led to punishment, we learn to soften. If expressing emotion made others uncomfortable, we learn to hide our feelings. Over time, these rejected qualities are pushed into the background, but they never disappear. They become the shadow. Having a shadow isn't the problem. Pretending it doesn't exist is where we go wrong. When parts of us are suppressed, they do not remain silent. They surface in unhealthy ways, through resentment, self-sabotage, passive aggression, anxiety, or sudden emotional outbursts. What we refuse to face within ourselves often ends up controlling us from behind the scenes. Integrating the shadow does not mean acting out every impulse or becoming reckless. It means acknowledging what is already there. It means saying, yes, I have anger, instead of pretending to be endlessly calm. Yes, I want more, instead of pretending to be satisfied. Yes, I am afraid, ambitious, sensitive, intense. When you recognize these hidden traits or suppressed parts, they begin to lose their destructive power. The parts of us we suppress can be the very traits we need to live better. The anger you suppress may hold your ability to set boundaries. The sensitivity you hide may hold deep empathy and creativity. The ambition you deny may hold leadership. By rejecting the shadow, you reject your own energy. By integrating it, you reclaim it. To be whole, we need balance, allowing both light and dark to exist. When you stop fighting yourself, you stop fragmenting your inner world. From this inner unity, real power begins to grow. Number 2, overcoming the ideal self. Most people are not trying to become themselves. They are trying to become an idea. This idea is the ideal self, the good self, the acceptable self, the version that is calm, kind, productive, spiritual, successful, and likable, without being inconvenient. This ideal self is shaped by parents, culture, religion, social media, and unspoken rules. It is often well-intentioned, but deeply limiting. The problem is not having ideals. The problem is splitting yourself to maintain them. When you label certain traits as good and others as bad, you create an inner divide. The conscious mind tries to perform goodness, while the unconscious holds everything else. Fear lives in this split. Fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, fear of being too much. So you stay small. You hesitate before speaking your truth. You soften your opinions to keep peace. You downplay your strengths so others feel comfortable. You tolerate situations that drain you because leaving feels selfish. This is not humility. It is self-erasure. The fear is not really about being bad. It is about losing belonging. Humans are social creatures. Long ago, rejection meant danger. Today, that ancient fear still shapes behavior. We confuse acceptance with survival. But the cost of protecting the ideal self is high. You lose access to your full power. Creativity fades, confidence weakens. Life becomes careful instead of alive. Growth requires disappointing the image you were trained to protect. When you stop trying to be good and start trying to be whole, something shifts. You realize that being honest may cost approval, but pretending costs your soul. The limitations of the ideal self dissolve when you choose truth over performance. Number 3, choosing authenticity. Authenticity is not a personality trait, it is a daily choice. A choice to honor what you feel, a choice to speak what is true, a choice to act in alignment with your values, even when it is uncomfortable. Choosing authenticity often means disappointing people. Not because you are cruel or careless, but because you are no longer willing to perform. You stop saying yes when you mean no. You stop agreeing just to keep the peace. You stop shaping yourself to fit spaces that require you to shrink. This can feel terrifying at first. Many people equate self-respect with selfishness because they were taught that their needs were less important than harmony. But authenticity is not about hurting others. It is about not hurting yourself in the process of pleasing them. When you choose authenticity, you begin to feel solid inside. Your words match your actions. Your inner world matches your outer life. This alignment creates a quiet confidence that does not need constant validation. You may lose some approval, but you gain something far more important: self-trust. Authentic living also deepens relationships. The people who truly resonate with you can only find you if you stop hiding. Masks may attract attention, but they repel intimacy. When you allow yourself to be seen as you are, imperfect, evolving, honest, you invite others to do the same. It is important to understand that authenticity does not mean being impulsive or insensitive. It means being intentional. It means expressing truth with awareness, compassion, and responsibility. You can be honest without being harmful. You can be firm without being cruel. Choosing authenticity is a gradual process. It happens in small moments: a boundary set, a truth spoken, a silence broken. Each moment builds upon the last, slowly reshaping your identity from the inside out. Number 4, the path to wholeness. The person you are afraid to be is often not dangerous or wrong. More often, they are simply honest. They are the version of you who sets boundaries without apology, who speaks up when something feels wrong, who refuses to play small to make others comfortable. This version of you may say no more often. They may leave situations that drain them. They may stop over-explaining. They may take up space, and that can feel threatening, not just to others, but to the part of you that learned safety through invisibility. Wholeness is not about becoming someone new. It is about reclaiming who you already are. It is the integration of strength and softness, logic and emotion, courage and fear. A whole person is not fearless. They are honest about their fear and act anyway. On the path to wholeness, you begin to notice how much energy was spent on self-policing, how often you doubted your instincts, how deeply you internalized other people's expectations. Letting go of these patterns can feel like grief. You may grieve the time lost, the words unsaid, the versions of yourself that never got to exist. But there is also relief, a deep exhale, a sense of coming home. Wholeness allows you to live with clarity. You know where you stand. You know what you value. You stop chasing identities and start embodying them. Life does not become easier, but it becomes more honest. And honesty has a stabilizing effect on the soul. When you are whole, you no longer need to prove your worth. You live it. Actionable steps to becoming who you are. Becoming who you are afraid to be is not a single decision, it is a practice. Below are grounded, practical steps to begin this process. 1. Identify your values. Clarity begins with values. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me, even if no one approves? Write down what you stand for: truth, freedom, creativity, growth, connection, integrity. When your actions align with your values, fear loses its grip. Values become your inner compass when external approval fades. 2. Take emotional risks. Growth requires exposure. This does not mean oversharing with everyone, but it does mean allowing yourself to be seen where it matters. Speak up in a conversation you would normally avoid. Express a boundary you usually suppress. Share an honest opinion. Emotional risk builds emotional strength. 3. Embrace your differences. Stop treating your differences as flaws. The traits that make you feel out of place are often the source of your unique contribution. Instead of asking, "How do I fit in?" ask, "Where do I belong as I am?" Conformity may bring temporary comfort, but authenticity brings lasting peace. 4. Notice where you shrink. Pay attention to moments when you silence yourself, soften your truth, or abandon your needs. These moments are not failures, they are information. They show you where fear still holds power. Awareness is the first step toward change. 5. Practice self-respect. Daily self-respect is built through small, consistent choices. Keep promises to yourself. Rest when you're tired. Walk away from what disrespects you. Each act of self-respect reinforces the belief that you are worth protecting. Conclusion. To become who you are afraid to be is to step out of the shadows of expectation and into the light of self-knowledge. It is not a loud transformation. It is a quiet return, a return to honesty, a return to integrity, a return to yourself. The life you want is not waiting for you to become better. It is waiting for you to become braver. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.